On day 4 of the Koh Lanta trip, I took another all-day snorkel tour with TIN Adventure Sea Tour Company called Four Island and Emerald Cave. This trip cost 1,300 Thai baht, including the 200 baht national park fee. As on the last tour, hotel transfer to and from the boat, lunch, guide, and basic snorkel gear was included. The boat was very similar to the first tour, except that it had a stern swim deck that surrounded the 3 engines and was much easier to use, especially for an old guy like me. The islands visited on this tour are shown on the map. The first stop was Emerald Cave, Tam Malragot in Thai. It involves a swim through an 80-meter limestone tunnel to access a hidden lagoon with a nice white sand beach and is done at incoming or high tide, so the guides will time the visit here according to the tide. The tunnel is pitch black in its central portion, so the guides use flashlights, but if you have one of your own, it makes the swim much more casual and enjoyable. Pirates used to hide their treasure here. We are inside Emerald Cave on Koh Muk. We came in through the cave. It's around high tide, and the guide said that's the best time to do it. There's no surf coming in like there was last time when I was here. The boat today, very good. It's not full, which makes it easier to set up to get in the water and do filming and such. Kind of rough on the way out, but it's not too bad here. And this is my second time into the cave, so it's nice to be back. Pretty casual. I had bought a flashlight, which came in handy coming in. You can look up at the roof and see, maybe see some bats, possibly. Although I didn't see any today. I saw some last time we came in. So the light worked well, and I just wore fins, no life jacket or mask or snorkel. Pretty casual coming in here with a good light. Nice bright underwater light. Here's the guide crew, the guys in blue. All right, so second time through Emerald Cave on Koh Muk. After exiting Emerald Cave, we took the relatively short hop across to Koh Kradan. Here we had an hour to enjoy the usual chicken and rice lunch on the beach and relax for a while. I had taken a trip into this area several months before in the low season, but at that time Koh Kradan had been closed for off-season rehabilitation. On that trip I stayed on Koh Muk, which is when I took my first trip into Emerald Cave. I could see Koh Labong clearly from our lunch spot, an island I had visited on that previous trip. After lunch, we snorkeled near Koh Kradan, then went to another snorkeling spot near Koh Waen, a spot I had snorkeled before during my previous trip. Koh Waen is a very small island with no beach, so is not accessible at all. Koh Ngai, also known as Koh Hai, is encircled by coral and clear waters. The long, blonde, windswept beach on the eastern side of the island spills into turquoise water with a sandy bottom that ends at a reef drop-off with good snorkeling. There is no road here. It's just you, the resort, and the beach. There are many small resorts here, but the largest and best one is Fantasy Resort and Spa. It's also the most expensive, with rooms ranging in cost from $100 to $500 per night. There is a reasonable seafront restaurant, bar, mini-mart, and massage spa here. There are also snorkeling, scuba, and boat trips available. I visited here in the low season during my last trip to the area, and it was almost eerie how deserted and quiet it was. Now, during the high season, it was business as usual. We stopped here for happy hour on our way back to Koh Lanta. I've included a short clip from inside the boat while at top speed on plane. Kind of loud, but tolerable for the hour it takes to get back. There are a couple of photos of the Koh Lanta National Park lighthouse, this time seen from out at sea passing by. Finally, on Friday, the last day of my 5-day trip, it was time to return to Bangkok. I took the $10 van ride from the hotel to the airport, departing at about noon and arriving at 2 p.m. We took the ferry across the gap between the mainland and Koh Lanta Noi. The new airport at Krabi has several good restaurants, so I had an early dinner there, then departed on an evening flight. The island of Koh Samui was visible in the evening light as we passed over it.